Well, hello everyone. I'm High Treason, and I figure we'll play something a bit different. You know, I kept going on, didn't I? Oh, these puzzles are too simple, it confuses me. He's just been cocky. Well, we'll see about that. We'll play a puzzle again. I don't imagine this will be running sequentially, this will just turn up as and when. Which is so we almost certainly won't be seeing this game next week, but we probably will see it again at some point. Because it's quite fun in small doses. We're on the 286 now as a 6 megahertz machine. I wanted to do this on my Turbo XT, but I couldn't get it working in time. I've got to the point where I've got a corrupted display, and the machine boots, so that tells me the computer's working, and, you know, if I had to guess, I'd say there's probably just crud somewhere. I think it's just dirt or oxidation. I don't think there's actually a problem. I mean, the CPU's obviously running, the RAM's obviously doing what it should, the 8253 DMA controller's obviously doing what it should, the 8259 interrupt controller's doing what it should, I've got beeping noises, so, the programmable interval timer is obviously doing what it... Actually, isn't that the 8253 and the DMA controller's like 8237, isn't it? I don't know, I'm not an expert at remembering Intel's part numbers. They're not the most descriptive things. So yeah, maybe we'll see that when we see this game again. Probably running in CGA mode at that point. So maybe it's better we start this way. This machine is, we've seen it before. We did Stunt Car Racer on it. What is that? Oops. See, I'm struggling with this. I'm still on this dodgy British keyboard. I learned on an American keyboard. Like, these British ones are weird to me. The backslash is in the wrong place, and the quirts are in the wrong place. A lot of things are just wrong about them. That's what you get for buying cheap clone stuff. I mean, it wasn't me who bought the PC back in the 90s. Not this one, obviously. So as far as I know, there's no difference between EGA and VGA mode. I mean, it probably sets a different mode number on the card, but visibly I don't think there's a difference. And performance-wise, I don't know that there's a difference. Certainly my EV673 VGA card really is just an EGA card with a couple of VGA modes tacked on. In fact, I have seen EGA cards. I know someone who owns one that uses the same bunch of chips as this thing does. So you can tell it's something they just added on very quickly in 1987. It's one of the first clones. Computers from 1985, so that thing's like, 40 years old now. This annoys me. Look at this. A, Roland music. B, ad-lib music. C, beeper music. Shouldn't this be A for ad-lib and B for beeper? I mean, they're going to be the most common two options. Yeah, oh, man. It doesn't store any of this either, so you have to input it every time. Obviously, we've got an ad-lib, in quotation marks, it's a music synthesizer too, with a 5A12 FM chip on it. I don't think there's any genuine parts in this computer, so expect the game to crash, because at 40 years old, this thing was never that stable to begin with. It almost never breaks, it just does weird things occasionally, this PC. It's just the nature of an early AT clone, it sort of does that. It does do some magic, though, because it has a set of about 4 ICs, which collectively are the 8210. And, one day on the main channel I'd like to do a video titled something like How Free Market Capitalism Killed the Amiga. Because I'm sure that'll annoy all the Euro commies who love the Amiga, and, we really should go over that, because it's an important part of history. I mean, it's quite significant. I mean, those things are probably indirectly responsible for that cell phone in your pocket and things like that, so... But yeah, PC version of Chips Challenge. And those chips I was just talking about are made by a company called Chips and Technologies, but this game started on the Atari Lynx, so that was probably awful, but it has a DOS port. Most people play the Windows port. I don't know why. We've got this DOS one here. David Whittaker. That explains a lot. The music's not really very good.
nerdy Chip McCallahan suddenly stops eating lunch. Melinda the metal marvel sitting down next to him. Melinda smiles. Chip, she says, if you finish the challenge, you can join our computer club, the Bedbusters. Chip has been a distant admirer of Melinda for a long time. Chip launches his bag of pretzels and gulps. I'll do it.
Crunches, not launches. I don't know what I'm reading. Ah, yeah, now you see, this game has no save system in it. It uses passwords every level. Levels are very short, if you know what you're doing. I haven't played it for years, so I'm probably going to look like an idiot. It just tells you what it is. Like, you know, when you start the level, it comes up, and so you can type it in. And there's some merits to this system, because, you know, there's always, I want a save system. There is merit to a password system. If it's like 4 letters like this, 4 characters, this is very good, because it's easy, you can memorise them. If you know, it's not hard to do. And you don't have to take a disc or a memory card or have an internet connection. You can just go on any machine that has the game, input that code, and there you are, right where you left off. Oh, hang on a minute, he's brown. You see, he's not brown in the Microsoft Windows version, is he? Ooh, this wouldn't fly today, would it? That they took a brown protagonist and made him white. Deary me. Maybe that's a different Chip. The time limit, though, when it runs out, you will lose the game if that runs out. We'll probably do that at some point, or I'll walk into, like, fire or something to show you what happens. Not much happens. Very little happens. I mean, really, the game doesn't punish you very hard for fucking up at it. It doesn't care. Like, yeah, you know... Not even a game over screen in this, really. There's no need. There's no need for it. And this game is quite... Well, at least the Windows version's held in pretty high regard. Hold on, do I have a spare key? I got a spare key. Did the game bug out? I don't know. Let's leave anyway. Yowza, first try. Music and sound effects you can turn on and off with F1 and F2 if you want to. It's supposed to be a pause key, bin P, but that doesn't seem to work. Yeah, this will catch you, because if I remember right, I had to step on that before it turns solid. If I don't do that, I can't push this other block over it, and then the level's unwinnable. I have to say it was out. I don't give a fuck. It probably just told us how to do it. I probably will read 1 or 2 of those. Yeah, as you see, the game's quite simple. You don't need a game to be complicated for it to work. I think this controls better than the Windows version. The Windows version felt way too jerky to me. I'm not saying it's bad, but compared to this, it feels jerky. And on top of that, like, Chips doesn't really have... Well, Chip, he doesn't have the animations like he does in here. Not sure who had the worst music. You know, there's some order of events bullshit here, I think. I mean, I haven't played this in a very, very long time, but I'm sure I remember some order of events bullshit. Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of a different level. More cigarettes fall into pieces. Oh, cars. Look, I know what this stuff does. Like, it's the boots. We call them all boots. They're obviously not because they don't look like boots, but... The boots. Right? We understand that, right? Just to be defiant, I'm going to go this way. Because we've already seen the exits up here. The music does have that vibe of, like, it's somebody who came off the Micros, like the Commodore or the ZX Spectrum or, like, the fucking whatever. It sort of shows you kind of need a bit more skill to make things sound decent on PC hardware. I mean, the ad-lib is a total tard of a sound solution, but... I mean, you had to consider people had to afford it somehow. I mean, that's the equivalent of, like, a synthesizer that would cost, like, 1,200 quid, like, just a year later. And they did it for, like, $299, so... Can we be that angry at it? But you see, that's another reason the PC won out, is because you had the choice there. You know, I have my shitty clone ad-lib in here, which does sound a little different. It's a bit scratchy, has this almost sizzly sound about it at times, but, you know, I have that choice. I didn't have to install one of those. I could have gone and bought an SSI 2001. You know, it had like a SID chip on it. Could have bought a PCM, like, you know, audio solution. It'd be very expensive. You can do whatever the hell you wanted on a PC. You got these expansion slots. Anyone can make cards for them. Even now, there's nothing stopping you just going and making a card for this thing. You know, want to make one, write the software to use it, then the machine doesn't care. It makes no difference. So, yeah, anyone can make that stuff. And, yeah, pretty awesome, really. It's a neat party trick that the PC has, though. Okie dokie. Well, I'm not going to push that middle one, because sometimes there's stuff under them that'll kill you. There's probably nothing under there, but let's not risk it. Level 5. How many levels does this have? Well, about oh, I get it. About 148. So, yeah, that's going to be good. You can see what I mean. We're not doing this in one sitting, and we're certainly not doing them one after another. So, no, maybe you'll get, like, LBA or something next week. Or nothing. My throat's still bad. So, you know, there's another thing with this. If I start feeling really crappy, I can just walk away and come back. And you'd never know. Hopefully I'm okay for finishing Potter on Thursday. My doctor's crap though, because, you know, you phone for an appointment and it's like, oh, well, you've got to do all the paperwork for this appointment, see ya. So I got to go and do all their administrative shit. Well, someone get in touch with you within, like, 72 hours. Like, bugger they will. They don't bother. Excuse me. So we've got invisible walls, have we? Well, apparently it doesn't matter. There we go. Problem solved. You see, this will start stumping me after a while, because the game gets progressively harder. Oh, is this the one with the order of events? Look at him as bandit there. He'll take your boots off you. Yeah, this game gets progressively harder. You know, there's, and it actually starts to do it quite rapidly at one point. Someone's in trouble. Yeah, this must be that order of events shit that I was remembering. Look at these jocks. I'm trying to ignore how the warp tile looks a bit like the flag of the European Union. I'm just gonna act like I didn't notice this. No. Yeah, we've got these weird block tiles like that. Hang on, I still remember, yeah, there's nasty misters in here, look at him. What a dickhead. We move faster than he does, though. So, I don't really care. You know, he can do what he wants, his stupid om-nom and bum-bum-bum. Bomb diggy 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 bomb diggy bop. Yeah, that shit. And we can, you know, just run away. Problem was solved quite quickly. But I hope this shows, you know, what I meant. Like, how I mean, it's an 80s game originally. This is ports from 1990, but as I said, it started on the Atari Lynx. I think it's like, I don't know, how old is the Lynx? I'm not sure on that. Although it was right in the end of the 80s, I think. And so, you know, when I was playing Andy and Lele, and I was like, you know, these puzzles, you know, too simple, and this is why I get stumped by them. Because, yeah, my brain's been sort of configured to think like this sort of game. And you'll see just how devious the puzzles in this get. And that's sort of what my brain looks for when I start seeing puzzles in games. And that's not to criticise the other game or anything, you know, I don't think making something like this in the middle of a story game out of nowhere for a modern audience would be a particularly wise idea. I think people had just turned the game off, so You know, I quite like how they're fairly simple in that. And I like how they got ramped up a little bit for the third episode. I think that was good. But, yeah. You know, it's about balancing things out for, you know, the intentions of the game and its audience. This is a puzzle game, so, you know, the puzzles want to be full on. It's kind of the point of this game. And this at least sort of shows you that, you know, this is what I'm used to, and so it's why I overthink things and end up, like, you know, looking like a fool. And why, when I went into the third episode, everything but that fast puzzle with the table, I was just sort of, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. And we've seen this a few times out of me now. It's just, yeah. I think in this sort of logic when I'm playing a game. I mean, I have almost no recollection of this, and I mean, we're only 9 levels in, and I think it's right on the next level where it decides it's going to have a massive ramp in difficulty. Because at the moment, these levels are still called Lesson. These are your introductory levels. These are your, oh, get used to playing our game sort of levels. I'm going to walk the long way because they're not unpredictable, the ants. Are they ants or are they spiders? They look like they only got 6 legs and, like, 2 feelers, but the feelers move like yeah, we'll call them ants. I think they're red ants. Yeah, they're ants. They're really meant to be spiders. So, whatever. Who cares? Whatever they are, they stink. And they're not unpredictable. They stick to the, like, top left corner. So say, like, essentially if the ant sprite was facing up, then it'd be the top left corner of, like, you know, that it sticks to. So it would follow this around like this, you know. And that's all it does, it just follows its top left edge. So this way it would wrap around there. Which is what we have to do. Okay. I'd like to be able to see farther to the right, but I mean, it's got to be the bottom block. But it's one of these, think twice. I think you can push these into bombs. It seems like the logical thing. There's as many of them as there is of bombs, so... You see, we don't want to push that in a corner, do we? But now we can push it back out. You see, now it's making you think about what you're doing, isn't it? A little bit different now. But it's not hard. It's not hard at all. As long as you think about what you're up to, quite easy. At least up to now. It gets hard. Oh yeah, it gets hard. I'm on about the difficulty. I don't know what you're on about. That's you. Yeah, that's on you. You can't blame me for that. That's your mind is like, I don't know, man. That's just... We're here trying to play a puzzle game, and you're having these disgusting thoughts about things. Oh no, it's filthy. I kind of like it. Okay. I thought so. I couldn't really think of anywhere else that would be, but... I mean, it at least sort of suggests, I mean, I'm not guaranteeing this, but it at least kind of hints that you can't have bombs under those. That's not so they couldn't put something else under them that might kill you, but... This seems pretty obvious, doesn't it? Oh, there you go. Walk over the football and wow. Yeah, this, I remember this level. I don't remember how to do it. I think it was this way, but I wouldn't count on it. It's a maze, basically. The exit's in it somewhere. Well, that's going to do us no good. Ah, fuck it, go this way around. We've committed now. Let's right back there where we came in. Is this even worth my time? Yeah, so this one might take a few goes, and there's one ant in here. So he is going to wander the maze. And he can obviously find you, but he's not really... Oh, I can see the exit tile. Can it be that easy? I don't think so, but... I mean, we're on a route now. So you might find out what the time limit does here. I know what it does. I mean, it's pretty obvious what's going to happen if it runs out. It's probably not something we want to happen. Don't necessarily think it would be the end of the world, but like I say, there's no game over condition in this pass, so if you want to exit the game, you press X. It's old enough that that sort of thing wasn't quite standardised just yet, so everyone did it a bit different. But yeah, the ants don't move faster than you, and so if you encounter them, generally it's pretty good that there'll always be a too wide somewhere that you can sneak off into. Hang on, haven't we been here? Isn't that where we came down to that area? Oh no. Ah, easy. Ain't got a problem with it. Might have been quicker if we'd known where the exit is.
After warming up on the first levels of the challenge, Chip is raring to go. This isn't so hard, he thinks.
You might want to go and get, like, I think you can buy it over the counter now to deal with that. I'm going to roll myself a cigarette. Oh jeez, that music. But yeah, I did say, and you can see there, like, when you start a level, Trinity is the name of the level, code CNPE. So that's what you type on that startup screen. There's no saving in this game at all. It looks like another maze. And this music sounds like something's gone really badly wrong in Pingu Land. It's like some Pingu Octen Finer Ball and shit. I have just screwed up the pronunciation of that royally. It's basically Swedish for Pingu and the nice ball. Look it up sometime. I apologise for messing it up. I don't speak Swedish. I mean, I've got to be honest with you. I prefer the Danes. That was uncalled for. That wasn't very nice of me. I apologise. That was just rotten of me. What I just did there. Well, I've seen there's a thing down there, so I want the thing. Obviously. But you see, we're at an inherent advantage because none of the geometry can overlap. Like, everything exists in only these two dimensions, and that means it's not that hard to find your way around stuff. You will only walk the perimeter, because you see he sticks to the left. But you've got to watch out for that in places, because if you have, like, an object on a tile there can walk on, well, sometimes that's really not good, because if you pick it up, then they can path on that tile. So when they're right next to it, if you pick a thing up, they might walk into you. And obviously you don't want that, because that will be, it'll kill you. Now, you don't want them to kill you, do you? I mean, that's just, I remember you do. But yeah, this game supposedly has a pause button in the form of P. I've never known it work. I mean, maybe it does. It doesn't. It really doesn't. But the manual tells you to use it. And I'm not going to press it now, obviously, but R restarts the level. If you press R, you go back to the start of the level. Like, the time resets and everything. It's the same as losing, the same as failing a level. Basically, it's like it's a reset button. Resets the level. Go figure. Am I stuck here? Am I just cocking it up? I'm probably cocking it up. It's me being a moron. Alright, I see it. I got it. For some reason I remembered there'd been a corner there, and there's no corner. But yeah, if you press R, resets the level. It starts the level over. So, this game can't possibly softlock. Like, even if we had walked into, like, a bit of level that there was nowhere to escape from, say we'd pushed a block over our only exit, it wouldn't matter. You'd be perfectly fine in this game because it has that button. And that button means you can't softlock. Because the manual tells you to use the button as well. And the thing with the pause button, if it worked, the manual tells you to use it to not run the timer down. That when you're not moving and stuff, pause the game so that you use up less in-game time. because it will affect the game score, and I'm sure that's important to somebody somewhere. It doesn't matter to me. Do you think there's other stuff in that maze? I can't say that I know about that. Maybe we'll get some enlightenment by going up here. I can see another mister room there. I can't see anything in it, but the fact that there's a mister room sort of implies, you know, that he's guarding something, as was the case with the other two. As you saw with that, I think it was a few levels back now, if you don't have the ice skates or the cleats or whatever they are, then, yeah, you know, you aren't going to be in for a great time there. I don't know what's even over here. Ah, that's the exit. Okay. So I sort of question if the exit would be down the fire route. I would guess the red key's probably in that other mister room. Just going by how this level has worked so far. So we need to navigate ourselves up towards the top left. You know, when you stare at the border tiles long enough, they start to look like your brain struggles to figure, well, are they convex or are they concave? I mean, I would side with that they're probably convex, but I mean, maybe they're concave, maybe they're like a hole, you know, that you could fall into, and that's why Chip won't walk there. Seems a bit clumsy though, doesn't he? I mean, he's obviously not very good at ice skating either, so... Well, now we've got to get back over there. Bloody blue water, you know, it really, some of the era, it's like Zelda or like Mario 3 or something. Don't know, it has that same feel about when you're looking at the water. But now we can walk on fire, we've got the fire boots. He needs to get his hands on some protective boots like Duke Nukem has. Those probably work better, I mean those work on everything. I mean, what if we encounter radioactive ooze or something? Chippy here will be screwed, he'll never get through it. There are people who speedrun this, you know. The Windows version, I think. Seems a bit strange to me that you'd do that with a game like this. Oh no, you play it however you want, but... I mean, that, to me, it seems like it's not what the game's about. Yeah, it was a fast try. Oh yeah, I got loads of chips. 652?
652?
That almost sound like I wanted to devolve into synth pop for a minute there. Well, you know, just imagine it's like a Human League record about to start or something. I'm not going to do it. It's not really worth me covering music in this. It's pretty lousy, the music, I've got to be honest. I'm not going to lie about it. The Windows version didn't have good music either. I just don't think this game ever did. There's probably somebody who really likes it, but I get the feeling it's really just nostalgia talking there rather than, like, it actually been any good. But the game's alright, and this is further proof of what I've said a few times now, where you don't really have to make a game particularly complicated or anything. If you do it well enough, you know, it's perfectly fine. You know, you don't need it to be all that flashy or anything. Doesn't need to have super complex, in-depth mechanics. I mean, the mechanics of this game really are quite simple, and yet the game manages to be engaging. Yeah, look at them there, they are, the tooth bastards. Where does this take place? On that last planet out of terminal velocity or something? I think the way around these idiots is going to be to tunnel into the side there, and then quickly run away, like fall back on ourselves before they can get in. How smart do you think their AI is? Yeah, they're pretty stupid. Look at them, the fucking stupids. What a bunch of stupid idiots. You'll never get me. Because you can't pass through the chips, which is good. I would imagine if they could, like, nom them up. I mean, I assume this guy's eating them. hope he's doing something to destroy him, because they're dip 8s by the looks of it, and yeah, and those, like, the package they put operational amplifiers in, I really don't have the patience for operational amplifiers. Those things are a quick way to piss me off. They never do the goddamn things they're fucking supposed to do. I'm going back up because I don't want them pathed in there, they'll get me. So we're going to sort of go around and back is how we're going to do it. I just keep looping over and over and over. How many chips it... Well, we know how many. It was 652, wasn't it? This is a troll level. It's got... Not too far, because there's this one corner down here. That's going to have to be for the end, isn't it? Yeah, you think Vince Clarke's about to come out from somewhere and start singing something that's kind of upbeat and yet depressing at the same time. I mean, look at that. We're more than halfway done with this level. Not even 10% of the way through the game yet. This game's actually quite big. 148 levels. I wonder if we'll ever get to the end of them. As I say, I won't be doing this sequentially. You won't be seeing this next Sunday. We'll see it again at some point when we're between games. Or just as a sort of, like, breaker, you know. Oh, they won't path down my tunnel. They won't. They'll path back up. So we can come and get this corner. Clear this corner out. But yeah, they'll path up. They can't cross corners as far as I know. I might be wrong. But I've no reason to think they... Well, let's test it. Yeah, they can't path across corners. I mean, this level's not particularly engaging. As I say, this is definitely a troll. This level, they were definitely trolling you with it. I approve. It's something I would do. Like, oh, you want chips, do you? Here, have some chips. Fucking bastards. Think they're fucking clever. With all your fucking... Them 80s op amps, though, that I've used in my audio replicator, Sour Mix. I'm just going to stockpile them. They cost like 18 quid an IC because they're long out of production. But they do what they're supposed to do. They're the only op amps I've ever found that actually work properly. And the data sheet for them is really good. Because it tells you, it doesn't bullshit and go, oh no current passes through the inputs. It goes, oh no, a couple of microamps will go through there, about 25 microamps. It's like, oh good. So now when I'm using resistors up in the mega ohm ranges, I can calculate to offset that and get the correct output on it. So things like unity gain are actually really easy to get out of them. As it is, because of my passive mixing in Sour Mix, being a bunch of resistors, I've got all the chips I can leave, so there are extra ones here. Okay. But yeah, you know, that attenuates the audio. It's how I do mixers, because less components, people really forget about this now. Less components means less noise. You know, transistors especially, they actually make noise when they're doing things. They introduce noise in your signals. And so I don't want to use silicon to do mixing. I'll use resistors. And I only need the op-amp at the end with, like, slightly raised gain to bring it up. South Pole? Ox! Sounds like a Scotsman's just sort of startled, you know. Ox! What was the name of this level? Yeah, good point. Alright, I'll hold you to that then. Oh yeah, I don't think I finished my sentence about, like, the ice. If we got him without the skirts... No! You bastard! I was holding the level to what it told me. I mean, that might have worked. We don't know. We got no idea where we are or where the exit tile is. We could just be wasting our time, but... Well, we're taking a hint it gave us at first value that we've possibly misinterpreted horribly. But it seems the sort of thing they do where they would just give you the solution in the title of the level like that. And so that you'd spend ages, and they just established with the previous level that they would troll you. Ah! There you go. That was pretty easy. No time limit on that, apparently. Teleblock. Oh, well, what are we doing here? Okay, we're in Europe now. 4 doors. Go on this one, because this has another key. Lots of push blocks. It's that Vince Clarke music again. Yeah, that one has another key. I didn't see one in that bottom right corner there. So that's a potential. I'm hesitant to use the word softlock, because that's not what it would do. I hadn't seen one in here either. There we go. I was like, is it going to be a picador? That would be a bit lousy. But yeah, there's the border, so you could go in there fast. I don't know what that was. Okay. Alright, I get you. I got you. So, can I push these through the European teleporter? If I go that... Like, I don't want to teleport into the block, do I? Because I'll get stuck. There are blocks that... yeah, so... I mean, would it just place me next to... I don't know. I'm not going to find out. It feels like it's just going to be a time sink. Also feels like you don't want to push them the wrong way. But it looks like it's going to be 2 blocks for each one. And there seem to be 2 blocks in each thing. So as long as we don't step the wrong way through the portal, we should be alright. Yeah, I got you. This is a little bit annoying, actually, but... yeah, whatever. It's easy when you figure out how. I don't know how long part of this will be. I'll just go until I've had enough, I guess. I mean, we're nearly 10% of the way through the game now, at least. Yeah, so there's none left to do on that side. Okay. Teletubbies, Teletubbies, say hello. There's a whole generation of children who grew up not being able to speak right because of that stupid, retarded TV show. I think I'm probably like one of the last ones to... You know, when I was a kid, like, a lot of what was on the telly was still, like, you know, puppets and stuff. Oh no, look at that! We cocked it up. I pushed one the wrong way. There's no salvaging it, because we know there's only just enough. So there you go, you got to see the reset button in action, and behaves about as you'd expect it to behave. Then it just restarts the level, so at least we got to demonstrate that. Hey, 14 levels in, I don't think I've cocked anything up yet, so... Personally, I reckon that was pretty good going, if I do say so myself. As I say, I haven't played this game for years, I don't remember any of these. I have vague memories, you know, of certain aspects of the game, like, oh, you know, there was some fucking maze level, or, you know, there was, like, some level with a stupid bloody, like, you know, this type of monster in it, or whatever. I was wondering if we're better off setting them to the right. I have just realised what this looks a little bit like. I must say, oy vey. That can't be good, but, here's what it is. Oh no! Yeah, a little bit irritating to play this level. But no big deal. Yeah, this definitely controls nicer than the Windows version. I think a lot of that is that in the Windows version he seems to skip around. But yeah, I think you could do this faster, like if instead we push the block that way, it'd be less moves. So, you know, you want to optimise this, I guess that's maybe how you do it. There's probably some better way of doing it that I haven't thought of. It's not something I'm very interested in doing. Like, I'm playing this because it's a nice sort of... As I say, I can walk away from it at any time. This is something that people screw up when they make Duke Nukem 3D levels now, is they make them massive, and I've said before, I don't actually like that very much. I don't think that's very good. Like, necessarily, like, yeah, you spent all that time, but you could have made, like, 4 smaller levels. And in a lot of ways, that would have been better. But yeah, what I'm saying is, instead of pushing the block to the right and then down, we could push it left and then down. And it'd be less moves. Ah, shit. It's alright, as long as we go sideways, we won't knock into it. I don't know if it'd get us stuck on it or if it'd push it into the corner. I don't want to find out, because neither of those are good, but obviously you do keep moving when you exit the tile. Yeah, it makes your level feel like a bit of a slog when it's that big. You know, just make smaller levels. Give it a go sometime. But I found, you know, obviously me having built it, I guess I'm biased, but when I did New Inversion, I was quite happy with the levels being shorter. I was like, oh, this is going to be a real detriment, but it's actually not, because it lets you spend more focus on, like, whatever gimmick you want to have. And it doesn't feel as drawn out and meandering. It sort of minimises your frustration at playing it. Because it's like, oh, well, if I just do this, and then I can leave. And indeed you can. That doesn't feel right to me. No, it is. Pardon me. Just had to check. Good spies always check. I don't know what they check. The newspapers, maybe. Check under the toilet seat for black widows, I don't know. Fuck knows. I'm not a spy, I'm not clued in on any of their, what they check and what they do, but... I don't know, it's just some of the hard ones. Anyways. I should about do it. I can't believe I screwed up such a simple level. Oh, there's the exit, waiting just for us. Well, you know, wouldn't move then. It's probably my keyboard dropping inputs. Go, Bitbuster! Bitbusters! Elementary? Oh no, they've sent us back to school. I mean, in all fairness, this Miranda the Mental Midget, or whatever her name is, our nardy dorky clubhouse really puts to shame the one that the nards have in Bolly, doesn't it? Water. I can walk on water and I can walk in magnets. Okay. Well, I guess I'll do the water fast then, seeing as I got a red key. It'd be pointless unlocking the other doors, wouldn't it? Because I can't do anything with them yet. 12 chips to get in this level. It looks like we've got the 4 elements to play with. Yeah, elementary. Okay, I get it. There you go. So, what do you think? There's 3 chips and a key, it looks like, in each one. I mean, it'd have to be a key. Where else are we going to get that? Well, I guess we could get it from the clank belt ones. But yeah, I don't even remember the Windows version scrolling like this. So I would say that's worse, than this. I'd say this version was better. I might be wrong about that. Maybe there's something I don't know about. Maybe this version's really busted. I know that it has quite a following, this game, and I don't think it's misplaced. Like, you know, people get totally hooked on this thing. So, you know, anybody who's really up on this game is viewing this, but feel free to enlighten me. And even if you're not really up on the innards of this game, you know, feel free to write comments and stuff and press buttons. Because, I mean, well, it's pretty nice, you know, just to see that sort of thing. Like, even though I don't take this seriously or anything, it's still quite pleasant. You know, the whole interaction thing. I don't feel like you're compelled, like, obliged to do it or anything. I'm not going to force your hand. You know, it's not like I'm stood right behind you or anything. It's not like I'm looking right over your shoulder right now. There was a thief in there, wasn't there? I'm not like I'm stood right behind your bedpost there with a garrote wire. Nothing like that. I have an idea. I don't think we have to come in here again. So, I mean, there's nothing else in here, is there? Like, didn't look like it. Sound effects in this really make me think of like Sonic 3 if it used RPL2 instead of RPN, or was it RPM that the Mega Drive uses. Well, that would be the exits, so there's no point in unlocking that. But you see, we move faster on the clank belts if we don't have the clank boots. So I nearly walked into the bomb. You can hold multiple keys at once. We have seen that already. There's no counter on the heads-up display for them, but we can hold more than one in our inventory of each colour. I don't know if there's a limit to that. Yeah, I think we're going to have to push this on that switch before we can go in the exit. That's for later, we're dealing with that right now. I wonder if it was some of them fire pipes in here. Probably. I mean, this was right at the start of the 90s, this port, wasn't it? So this is probably like the beginnings of those fire pipes, I bet you. I bet you it's something like that. How long are we going? 47 minutes? Well, I'll probably do like 1 or 2 more levels and then I'll fuck off. And yeah, hopefully I can get my throat better. Like by Thursday, I don't think I'm going to be fully recovered. It's actually in the process of getting worse, so... not much chance of help from the shitty National Health Service. You phone the GP up and it's like, oh well, if we ain't got back to you in 72 hours, call the out-of-hours service. And they'll just be like, oh well, go to your GP, and they're like, no, you already filed that, so, you know, well, we didn't phone you, then it wasn't like, you know, we're just not gonna, basically. I went the wrong way, I wasn't paying attention, admittedly, I wasn't even looking at the screen. It's like, yeah, but they sent me to you. Oh, I don't know then. Go to the emergency room, yeah, but they'll say it's not an emergency, go to the hours, and they'll say go to you, so... Is somebody actually going to do, like, what I'm paying them for? Like, remind me again why I'm paying national insurance? Can I opt out of paying national insurance, please? I don't get anything for it. I mean, geez, you know, I've got all this work that's getting done on my teeth. Who do you think pays for that? You know, no, that's not a National Health Service dentist. I can't get a National Health Service dentist. My dentist is better than a National Health Service dentist, actually. He's very good. I'm very impressed by what he has done so far. So I think I will stay there. But it's like, well, I've still got to pay for, like, the National Health Service. It's a service I can't use. Because they're like, oh no, you can't get a dentist. It's like, well, can't I opt out of that, seeing as I'm getting nothing for it? You know, I'd be fine with this system existing if I could be like, no, I'm not paying for it, and then just not be allowed to use it anymore. Because I can't use it anywhere, so I'd be losing nothing. I'd be gaining something, because I would have more money, you know, which I could then use. I could, like, invest it in something, you know? i.e. the service that I actually want, or, you know, I could invest it in something else and use it to make more money. Talking about things like that, I found tends to upset people. People really don't like you talking about that sort of shit, which I find quite strange, because it's something that you deal with every fucking day, and, you know, maybe should take seriously, but then we know people don't, and then they wonder why they're broke. I'm not exactly rich, you know, I'm pretty broke, but I at least know enough about what I'm doing that, you know, it's like, obviously I can just be like, ah, shit, I'm gonna have to pay for that. I'll have to find a way of doing it and make it happen. It's doable. Oh no, I remember this level. I don't remember how to do this level. But this is a maze, and it's a trial and error maze. So I don't know, cell blocked. S-K-K-K. KKK? That's not good. Oh dear me, what was that about just a couple of levels back? I don't know, go down, I suppose. Well, that worked well. This is what I was on about, where you can get yourself... Yeah, because we're stood inside a border block. So maybe they are pits. Because, I mean, if it was risen up, he'd just walk across the top of them. So, yeah, they're concave, they're not convex. I'm totally calling that. It's alright, that's what the reset button's for. Try going right. Stand in the centre. I mean, it could totally throw us, because you'd think go to the right, because going down is probably... Didn't they have a continuation, though? I don't remember. Let's explore it, let's find out. Ah. See, I was looking before, and, I mean, I might have been looking at a different... This is pretty one-way here. No going back. No going back now. Well, that has no exits on the left and right, assuming the rooms are the same shape. Yeah. Okay. That has no exit to the left, and this feels like the edge of the map to me, just by how big the maps in this seem to be. Ooh. Are we going to screw it up? No exits in that room. Is an exit in this room. This feels like the map edge again. It just has that feel about it, like from how far we've walked. Oh, it is as well. I don't know where the exit is. I can't remember seeing the exit tile. So what you do is you stop in the centre and you look. So that to me seems... if only I could see one tile, or like two tiles far to the right. So we got down or right here. Let's go right. No, it's a dead end. Okay, let's go around the edge. So that has an exit in it there, not as in the level exit. So wasn't it here? No, it wasn't. I'm misremembering. We only did it a few seconds ago. This is another thing where I come unstuck, is short-term memory. I haven't got any. I have long-term memory. My long-term memory is really good. Give me a week or so and I'll remember this like the back of my hand. But for the next few days I will have zero recollection of this at all. So you can see I'm stalling now because it's... what was it? And in the end I just try and decipher it again from scratch because I realise that my brain's not going to yield the answers. This level's not too bad. I found this impossible when I was a kid. I actually quite like it. Ah, did we go in the left or the right? I think we went for the second one, didn't we? Okay, so we're at the bottom of the map now. This could run us into space we already crossed. You can see up there, we've already been up there. Oh no. Got a free run to the exit. Dead fucking easy. Nice there. Oh, they used to make glue sticks that smelled nice. They didn't taste very nice. There was always that one kid in class who used to eat the PVA glue. That stuff tastes gross. My inputs are acting strange. I think it's probably because of all the stuff happening in the level. Like, judging to the distant tinking sounds. Oh, that fucking thing. Evil. Yeah, there's like a delay on my inputs. It's got to be because of the processing. I don't imagine this is going to run well on 8088. We'll try it when I get that machine working. There's nothing you can't fix in an 8088. Oh, dear, like it's all off-the-shelf glue, so... Oh, there we go. There's an exit. Let's go in there. Cool. Castle Note. Level 18. HMJL. The M almost looks like it has a little face on it. It's like a cat with a really, really, like, wide open mouth, like its jaw just dropped. now I don't like it. Either that or it's like some dude with a pair of, like, you know, briefs on or whatever. But anyways, I think that's a good place to call it for this one. Hopefully get my throat sorted out. I think it's like some sort of viral thing, some bacteria or something. So I should be able to defeat it, but yeah, you know, over-the-counter stuff doesn't really touch it very much. So there are times where I'm just flat out choking. This is, I'm having a moment where it's okay, so we got the recording done in one session as far as you know. But yeah, that's it. I suppose I will go and carry on with what I was doing. Try and get my LaserJet 4 working. Try and get to work on mapping Taboo Episode 7 Doors at some point. Try and get to work on the buzzer video for the main channel. And try and, yeah, you know, be back here on Thursday to finish Potter and the Secret Chamber Potty, maybe at a slightly earlier time than usual. I don't know, it's probably going to be at some weird time just because of how things are going. Don't know what we'll do next Sunday, maybe LBA. Thursday after that, we'll be on Andy and Lele, episode 3 on Thursday. Sunday past that, I don't know. The Thursday past that, we'll probably play something new, actually. And that's about as far as I've thought things out. I'm not a professional, I don't plan this shit. HMJ, oh, I'll just look back at the recording. I am recording, right? Yeah. Yeah, X kicks you back out. And again, exit to DOS. And it doesn't stuff the attenuators on my FM chip up full, does it? That's nice of it. That on my clone card's missing some command, which, well, let's be honest, is not very unlikely, is it? Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you around. Ta-ta.